been lit. It's Wednesday night. Denise and Reg host Dynamite. Come and get your Easter eggs. It's a dub. Middle of the week, it's AEW Dynamic Wrestling and end your night with us. It's a must. It's Dynamite. It might combust. Speak now. We're gonna give you all the recap. Live on YouTube is where you see that. The Cali connection with the feedback.
What up, everyone? Happy Wednesday. It's November 13th. It's the month of Thanksgiving. We're feeling thankful. I'm feeling thankful, Reg. Thankful for some good wrestling here tonight. Some good stuff. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite Post Show. It's Denise Salcedo with Righteous Reg. Reg, what up?
Your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, media man. I'm in the building. It's Wednesday night. It's the California Connection, AEW Dynamite. Great episode of AEW Dynamite, Denise Salcedo. I'm very excited to talk about it. But before we get into it, your forehead is outside today. There was a whole contingent of people on this here podcast that took me to the woodshed for a couple of weeks about my forehead shining, and Denise Salcedo, my co-host in the California Connection, comes out here with this shiny forehead, and we're not going to mention it.
Okay, first of all, I just want to say that I'm proud of this forehead, Reg. You are not going to shame me whatsoever, okay? This right here is a forehead that for the last one whole year, oh, you know what? Actually, 13 months. For the last 13 months, this forehead has been getting a facial every month consistently without breaking repetition, all right? You know how much red light has touched this forehead? Do you know the things this forehead has done and been through?
That sounds crazy.
Okay, this is an expensive forehead right here. Okay.
This is an expensive forehead, you guys. Wow.
Yes. No, but legit, I just got my facial today. So if everybody has seen me glowing today, I look a little extra shiny.
That's crazy. A facial.
Reg, you should go get a facial.
I should get a facial. I mean, I want to get a face. I want to get the clean, whatever the not term of that is, version of that.
What?
Because I don't want no facial. That sounds crazy. I would like to get like a cleanse and all that good thing that come along with it. But they got to change the name if I'm going in there. They have to change the name if I'm going in there.
If you're going to go to the spa and you're like, can you clean my face? They're going to be like, sir, what kind of service would you like?
No, does it have like a surname, like another name, like the facial
like a man
slash,
name?
Like the facial slash, the whatever it is. I just can't agree with it, Denise.
It's a face cleanse, facial.
Okay, can I get the face cleanse? I'm all for. See, even that sounds crazy, you guys.
But if you say you get the face cleanse, they're going to be like, yeah, go to your local CVS and buy yourself a cleanser, Reg.
I'm going to be like, let me get the thing that it rhymes with spatial, but I don't want to say what this is because this is crazy. Everybody's just into like, yeah, let me get a facial. Let me get a facial. I'm like, are you guys sure about this? It's like calling the blue sky skeets. I'm like, look, I don't know you guys. Skeets, facials, this is crazy.
Okay, Reg, first of all, facials were not invented yesterday, okay? Facials have been going on for a long time.
That's for damn sure.
In spas everywhere. All right.
Probably since the beginning of time at this point.
Look, go get your money's worth. Go tell them you want the premium. That's what I
mean, you get your money's worth when you take that shot. This is crazy. See, you can't it has to have a different name. That's all I'm saying.
All right, fine. Just show up and tell them you want a pretty face.
I want a pretty face. Let me get the Denise forehead.
How do I get the Denise Deluxe? Oh, you want the D? Is that what you want,
Whoa,
Reg?
See,
you want the D?
That's correct. That is crazy. I'm like, no, I don't want the facial. They're like, you want the D? I'm like, I definitely don't want the D. That's great. If I don't want the facial, why would I want the D?
Man, well, you know what? You may not want the D, Reg, but we certainly got the AEW here today. I posted our little thumbnail today, right? And I was trying to think like, what the hell should I put for like our caption on the thumbnail? And the only thing that I can think of was things are heating up because there's a couple of stories that I feel kind of like got a little extra sizzle here today. The first and foremost one that I do think really heated up today was Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay. I can't wait to talk about that. I also thought that the ending of the show, before the ending of the show, somewhere almost towards the ending, the Hurt Syndicate with Swerve Strickland, that completely heated up too. The Jon Moxley, Darby Allin portion of that was definitely fun. And then we got some hot tag team wrestling because Denise loves tag team wrestling. Things are heating up. That's the only thing I can say right now about this particular episode of AEW. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, going into Full Gear, Denise, we've been getting a little bit to it these last couple of weeks, but I felt like tonight was like, yo, we got this show, you guys, and all the hot angles are going to get hot. The Moxley thing, I think like Orange Cassidy's way of doing a promo and kind of hyping a match is the best way. Cause like the way that he talks, it's really believable and he still is in his character. And Moxley is just a lunatic. Like all of those elements are really great. I thought that this show was so exciting just because it was a bunch of different elements going on. The promos were cool. There's a Falls Count Anywhere match. There's this hot tag team action. It's just like all these great elements put together. I was really excited about it, Denise.
Yeah, I think, you know what was the coolest thing that I noticed about AEW today? And I don't know if they've always been doing this. Maybe they have. I don't know. The chat can tell me, you can tell me. But did you notice that everything connected to the next thing? You know what I'm saying? Like before something would end, they would start the next thing. And so it kind of felt like everything was sort of chain linked on the show. And that's how everything felt. And I don't know if they've done this before. I'm sure they probably have. This is not a new idea, but today was the day that I noticed it the most, where it was like, oh, this is finishing. Oh, but that's starting. Oh, yeah. And like everything sort of just connected.
It feels like they've definitely done that before, but I don't know if this consecutively, Denise. It felt like every segment was like, all right, these two people are fighting, and then this person is connected to that, but then he has a match right after this, and then that's connected. It was like, I loved how everything was like just running continuously. You never knew what was going to happen. That's the best thing about pro wrestling television is unexpected things, unpredictability, and that's what tonight's show felt like.
Yeah, I think so too. That was something that I think, because I feel like a lot of the reasons why people tune into Dynamite, at least it's one of the things that I like in terms of the format of the program, is I love that shit just keeps moving. Yes. I like to watch a fast-paced show. You know, right now we've talked about this, like distractions. Distractions are everywhere. It's so easy to just like go on your phone, go open a tab on Twitter. All of a sudden you get caught up on a stranger's argument, and then you miss out on 5 minutes of Dynamite. Right. And this show, when it's moving the way that it is, you don't got time to be like, oh, hey, what's my mom putting on Facebook? No, you don't got time for none of that. You're too busy being like, oh shit, it's already time for Adam Cole, Konosuke Takeshita. Well, let me see what the hell's gonna happen here. You know, things like that is what I kind of liked about today's show.
Yeah, that's what's exciting, Denise. A lot of the times my phone was down. Usually there's a lot of, like you said, browsing time. I'm seeing what other people talk about, but no, this time I'm locked into everything. And with it continuously connecting, you don't even have time to be like, oh, like I barely had time to like tell people about it. Like there's moments that I liked. I'm like, oh yeah, let me get to this. But then like I take my eyes off the TV for 1 second and something awesome is happening. So it's like continuously keeping us engaged, I think should be the point of it. And Denise, they have so much talent, so many talented wrestlers and personalities that this could continue forever. Like this isn't like a special case. Like they could do this and swap out different wrestlers and continue this trend for many, many years at this point.
I feel you on that. All right, so let's get to it. I want to kick things off with the super chats and kind of see which part of the show they take us to, because we can really start in any direction here. So I'm going to kick things off with this first super chat from Roberto Arsenal. Thank you so much to Roberto, as always. He says, oh, this is where the show is picking us off. He says, props to Harley Cameron and Toni Storm, two women who have been with Saraya, but quickly managed to rise above and make a name for themselves. Mina is so hot. So, Reg, I didn't tweet that much today about the show, but I didn't have to tweet anything but this one tweet. And that was an 11-second clip of Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron. Mm-hmm. And poor Renee right in the middle of this. And all of this was just them doing the, what do you call it? The booby shake?
Shimmy?
The shimmy? Yes, the shimmy. That's exactly what they were doing. They had a shimmy war
Yeah. Yeah, Denise, it's funny because earlier you were naming really hot things. You're like, oh, this thing is hot and this thing is hot, but you happen to not have the hottest thing on the show at number 1 out here, a shimmy off between Harley Cameron and Mina Shirakawa. I was like, again, don't know what they said in the promo. Like, the audio must have cut out on my TV or something. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, I'm just like so entranced into this promo. Then they get into that. Renee's in the middle. She's like, stop, and they're not stopping. I was like, yeah, this is interesting. This is good. I like it. I'm interested. They're having a match on Collision. Like, it's good television, right?
This may have been the best promo for a match for Collision or for
Ever.
like a match period in a really long time. Like that's the goal, right? Every single day, Tony Khan sits down and he goes, how can I get people to tune into the channel? How can I get people to tune into this match? Every booker, not just Tony Khan. And then they had this one segment that lasted like a minute with Mina and with Harley. And it did so much promotion for this match. I don't know anything that's on Collision, but I know this match is happening on Collision.
It's like, when it comes to history, it's like the greatest match promotions of all time. It's like The Rock and Stone Cold, My Way, and then it's like Mina Shirakawa and Harley Cameron in a shimmy off. Like, those two things are neck and neck. Like, when we look back in the annals of history, we're gonna be like, man, I really love My Way because of that. And then like, I really love that shimmy off though. Like, that's right next to it.
No, but there was a lot of really good stuff in it, even aside from the shimmy. The funniest part I thought was when Harley approached her and was like, "Oh, people say that you're the Harley Cameron," and this and that. I forgot what she said, but it was hilarious. I thought Harley came out here with some fun little comedic points that she did throughout this, and. I mean, they did a good little job of hyping up this match. Like, there really wasn't too much else. It was funny, and it was sexy. That's what it was. All right,
funny,
let's just say it out loud.
Funny. Sometimes you just need these two little easy things. I think Harley Cameron has to be up for like most improved character in like all of wrestling, because like when she first came in, Denise, we used to talk very differently about her. But now it's like, I mean, it's not.
The bar was. We never said anything about her. It was just
it wasn't because she was bad.
So low.
Right. She wasn't getting the opportunities. Right. Exactly. It's just that she wasn't getting the opportunities. But as soon as she started getting the opportunities, she's one of the best characters in the whole company. Like, when she gets, just like Denise said, 1 minute of TV time, sometimes 30 seconds, she destroys it. Did you see that promo that she did? It was maybe on Collision or Rampage. Of course you didn't. But she like breathed in deeply, and she like recapped her last year in like 30 seconds, and it was like just an amazing display of comedic timing and everything. She is amazing. She's the best beyond what Denise is thinking in her dirty head.
What do you mean? I'm the one thinking dirty in my head?
I'm saying this because of dirty things.
No, I'm not. I was genuinely, you know what I was honestly thinking during this? I thought, wow, she busted an Excalibur. She was, talking really fast. I should probably go find the clip.
Oh, busted an Excalibur. I was like, what does that mean?
Because you know how he talks really fast when he promotes.
I got it.
We talk like this, and I would try to keep up with. Remember when they used to do that on a weekly basis on Dynamite, and you're trying to keep up with the card?
Dude, he was kind of doing it a couple times tonight. I'm like, how does he? It's so fast. Like, how do you do that? But he does it.
Yeah. We got John Taylor here who says, why is Reg wearing Adam Cole on his head in the thumbnail? You think Orange Cassidy is going to send a cease and desist?
Taz is going to be the one that sends the cease and desist. He's the one that really gets mad about the orange. Denise, you immediately texted me as soon as Adam Cole walked out.
Put me on blast, Reg.
I'm just trying to tell the story and set the stage. You immediately texted me and was like, he's the same color as the color on his gear. And I was like,
no, the color of his lights.
The color of his lights. Like, he blended in with the light. He was just so orange. Like, Denise, I looked at this guy and like, is it a bit at this point? Like, because he does the spray tan with his knee pads on, dude.
That's not a bit. That's not a bit. Like, that's
he can't. Does he not watch back the show, Denise?
Well, I'm assuming that I've never gotten a tan, as you can tell. I'm pasty as all hell, but I assume that when you get a tan, it lasts a couple of weeks or something. So even if he wanted to get rid of it,
this is a spray tan. This isn't getting a tan.
Those last like 2 weeks, don't they?
They do this shit before every match, my friend. Like, he sprayed up today.
There's no way.
Again. Yeah, it's not the resident from last week.
There's no way that he didn't see the commentary behind it.
It
There's
has to be
no
a
way
bit.
that
Maybe it's a
no one
bit.
around him said anything. I mean, guys are always like messing with each other, right?
That's
And
a
poking
fact.
fun at each other. You're telling me not of one of Adam Cole's good friends said, bro, you got to get a different tint on your tan spray.
Like if his friends with Chuck Taylor or like Trent, like those fools will both be like, dog, you are so orange. Like, what are you doing? But also it's Adam Cole, and you could just be like, hey, nice tan, Adam Cole. I don't know.
Reg, no one wants to be known for being orange.
Hogan.
Bro went through all the spectrum of colors. Have you seen those memes like how you know your hot dog is cooked right if it looks like this and there's a picture of Hulk Hogan when he's like super like tan?
No, today I got concerned for a bit. As the match went along, I started thinking of that one lady. I think she was in the Carpenters or something, or like a TV show actress in like the 70s, and she ate a bunch of carrots. She would only eat carrots, and her body started to turn orange. I'm like, is the homie only eating carrots? Like, you need to change up that diet, Adam Cole, because this could be a carrot. I don't know what it's called, but a carrot thing, Denise.
Wait, this could really happen to you? You can turn orange for eating a bunch of carrots?
She like was trying to stay fit because she's on TV and shit, and you know, expectations, and so she was only eating carrots, and her skin started turning orange.
Wow, and this whole time they were like, eat carrots so you can have good eye health. I was about to go buy myself a bag and start eating a shit.
I mean, you can eat them. It's not only exclusively carrots in your life, is what I'm saying.
Was she only eating orange foods?
No, just carrots.
All right, that's weird, man. That's weird. All right, I don't know what's going on with Adam Cole, but Reg, like, as a friend, if Adam Cole has any friends backstage, I'm sure he does. He's a nice guy.
Yes.
They need to tell him, bro, you got to change that color on your spray tan. It's just
they gotta have
nice
an intervention.
thing to do.
All right, sit down, Adam Cole. We need to talk to you. He's like, what's up? What's up, you guys? Like, you guys want to talk about that match? And he's like, no, we need to talk about your tan, bro.
And at least tan the knees. Tan the knees.
Don't put the knee pads on before you start tanning, dog. It's not that hard. I don't know.
Crazy 101 says, what is GY Yat? GY Yat. What does that mean?
GY Yat, mother Wayne, brother.
Hold on.
Tall.
Huh. Hold on. Oh, what? Oh, you're disgusting, Crazy 101. You're disgusting. Anyways, he says GYATTTT, mother Wayne. Right, Reg?
Yes, right.
Okay. Arnold Nicholson Jr. says tag team wrestling rules. And you know what? I agree with that.
No, you don't.
Want to get into that? We'll start there.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Remember last week we talked about how you don't like tag team wrestling.
It's lies. It's lies, I tell you. All right. Well, let me tell you. We got FTR versus House of Black in this main event. This was a very fun. Two teams that have had different trajectories on AEW for the most part. FTR has been a little bit more accomplished than House of Black, but regardless, this still House of Black. I think we were sort of waiting to see if they got to like FTR level. They've kind of had some hits and some misses depending on when you're talking about their time period. Mm-hmm. But we ended up seeing Brody King put a sleeper hold on Dax, and Dax, he tapped out, right? He didn't just pass out, like he tapped.
No, he just passed out.
Okay, he passed out, and we're now gonna have House of Black added into this four-way match along with the Outrunners, and of course it's for Private Parties Championship at Full Gear. And I think there's still one slot left for another team.
Very, very, very surprising result here. Am I right, Denise? I think we all kind of were. You weren't under the preconceived notion that FTR was going to go over?
No. For the exact same reason that I just said earlier, Reg. Mm-hmm. FTR has seen the mountaintop. FTR has been at the top. We've seen FTR and get to the highest peaks that there is in AEW. We have not necessarily seen that as much for House of Black. They've had successes. Don't get me wrong. They've had them. But I think we're starting to see like a refresh maybe in House of Black. I mean, we did see them take some interesting losses especially at the hands of Adam Cole.
I was going to say, this has been a really, really crazy flip from what we were just talking about last week. Last week, Malachi Black looked crazy at the end of this match. People were speculating that he was leaving AEW. All these rumors started. He had to come on the internet and be like, you guys, it was just me and my friend kind of saying like, good match. And don't
But
take
it
too
was
much into
weird, though.
It was weird, though, Malachi. Like, you have to see how weird it was at the end of that. But then this week, they have this incredible tag team contest with FTR, and Denise didn't want FTR to win because she doesn't like FTR. I forgot. That's why the whole thing is like this. And so why are you looking at me like that, Denise? We all know you don't like
FTR.
You don't like FTR? Stop saying that.
T-shirt.
You like FTR.
I have an FTR t-shirt. I even have some FTR little merch items.
You are a liar. And
I'm not a liar.
Denise does not like FTR. That's why she wanted House of Black
to
win.
Do I like House of Black?
No. You don't like tag team wrestling.
This lies, Reg.
Who
lies.
says that? What evidence would go to show that you like House of Black?
I don't know. There's
exactly.
evidence. You got to go back and watch the shows, bro.
No,
I don't remember what. I can't pinpoint. Oh, on the 5th episode of Speak Now Pro Wrestling, I went on a 20. You know what? No, there is proof. You know what? There is proof. Someone here, please, go into my catalog of Collision post shows. There aren't many. So the ones that I did do you remember that freaking 1 hour FTR match that we got? Reg, go watch that post show.
That's
go
like
watch
when I say
show.
This wrestler's not that great, and then someone says, what about the match against Bryan Danielson? Yeah, no shit, dog. Like, it's a great match against Bryan Danielson. Of course you're gonna go to that one.
BS,
go to the
Reg.
one FTR match that
Reg.
I've ever liked in my whole life.
I did it. It is there. Okay, where's your video talking about Collision and FTR?
Right here, right now. FTR, a great tag team, and a big reason why this match was so great here. They have that slow build kind of tag team, old school mentality. Brody King, Denise, as California people, the California connection, what an amazing, talented person. Like, his presence, the way that he throws lariats, the way that he drops fools on their head, the crowd's barking, like, he's one of those. I like what the House of Black is doing, but a singles Brody King run should be thought about. This match had all the great elements. There was that spiked pile driver on the apron where Malachi looked like he broke his neck, and then Brody, it comes out with the suicide dive, just like a bunch of great elements. And I was still pretty shocked because, I mean, I know FTR is so accomplished, but like, this tag team division needs more wins over people like FTR. So I wouldn't have been shocked if they were in the match, not to win it, just to be there to add some credibility. But I'm not mad at this at all. I thought this was a very awesome ending to it. Them making Brody King look super strong. Rest in peace to Brody Lee. Them making Brody King to look super strong in this, having him have Dax pass out, look like a fucking monster at the end of this, standing tall. Makes this tag team division a little bit unexpected, a little bit more exciting. But at the end of the day, it shows the heart and soul of AEW tag team wrestling. Put tag team wrestling in the main event, Denise, and you're going to get more like this.
Reg just had to show off about how much he loves tag team wrestling.
Home, baby. A real tag team lover over here.
We got Crazy 101 here who says the Continental Classic season is here. Fed could not have a good tournament. Aw, come on now. We don't know that.
Name it.
I don't feel like it. All right, John Taylor. He says also watching AEW Dynamite while being on Blue Sky, where the real sickles are, really enhanced the show for me. Dude, I'm exhausted. Can I just say, Reg, I'm on everything. I have all these tabs open. I'm like, posting on Blue Sky, posting on Threads, posting on Facebook, posting on Twitter, posting on Instagram, posting on freaking everything.
Did you just have a thing that post everything?
No, because here's the thing. I looked into that, and because so many of these sites are new, they don't have the extension for all of that. And then, so have you ever Googled the price for Hootsuite?
Yes, and I was appalled and offended, and I let out a hoot myself.
Bro, it's $1,100 a year.
Dog,
for
what?
Hootsuite.
Do they know who's using this, Denise?
I think they think like fucking, I don't know, Apple is their only client. But
yeah, because I looked into it and I was all, oh yeah, y'all are trolling. This is a joke, I think.
yes, and it didn't even have, from the looks of it, I mean, I don't know, I don't have the service. It didn't even have everything that you needed for it to like justify it. I don't even know what they would have to do to justify me paying $1,100 a year for Hootsuite.
Nothing in the world.
But I did go on Facebook though, right afterwards. And you know how creepy it is when like you Google something and then right afterwards an ad pops up on your Facebook feed and they were trying to get me with a discount. And I was like, nah, bro, not even with the discount.
No, we're out now. Leave me alone, Facebook.
So I have to do it the old school way and just have all the tabs open.
Yeah, that sounds exhausting. You need to get an assistant at this point.
Does it look like I can afford an assistant, Reg?
Nah, I want to race. Yeah, let's
Sheldon Jackson here says, or Sheldon Jackson gifted 5 DWO memberships. Thank you so much, Sheldon.
What's up, big homie?
Alexander Fitzgerald says those Julia Hart's vignettes are so great. You know what it reminds me of? So we got this Julia Hart vignette where she's like answering a phone that's disconnected. It's supposed to be like a really creepy, trippy kind of vignette. It reminded me of like a horror teen Netflix show. No context. You could have shown this to anybody and they would have been like, oh, when's that show dropping on Netflix?
Denise, I skeeted today, which is a Blue Sky tweet. I just want to put that exclamation on there. That you know me, spooky stuff, Denise, never usually end. But for the first time in a long time, this Julia Hart stuff has got me very interested. The vignette that they showed tonight, her getting the Undertaker hat back on and getting back in the mode, I was like, this is awesome. And I love that it kind of, they did that connection thing. Jamie Hayter was out there doing her thing, talking about trying to get some new competition. They connected it with the Julia Hart bit, which is like, oh, are Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart going to go at it? That seems intriguing. But Julia Hart is also connected to House of Black, who came out immediately afterwards. So it's like all these bits connected. Julia Hart's going to come back super, super strong off these vignettes, and I'm excited about it.
Good stuff, man. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be doing with Julia Hart there. And I like how it's sort of like, I was talking earlier about everything sort of being connected. Jamie Hayter had just cut this promo basically talking about what she's going to be doing next. And she says she has her eye out on one thing and one person. And then it cuts to black. Yeah. And then it's Julia Hart. And I was like, was she talking about Julia? I don't think she was talking about Julia, but I don't know. Was she talking about Julia?
Now. I think that's what they want us to believe, right?
But that's not what she was talking about, though, right? Because I assume she was talking about a title. I assume she was either talking about the AEW Women's Championship or the TBS Championship.
Yeah, because she, in Jamie Hayter's promo, she's like, essentially, I have some loose ends to tie. There's still some people that I'm after, which I'm thinking is like Toni Storm. But maybe they're trying to throw a red herring at us. I think they're trying to make us think that it's Julia Hart and Jamie Hayter, though. Regardless, it's going to be hot. So I don't know.
Okay, well, I want to connect this to the Britt Baker Penelope Ford match because we did get Britt Baker versus Penelope Ford today. Britt wins with a lockjaw. Penelope Ford, she went in there. She looked good. They looked fine. But here's the thing, though. While I was watching this, Reg, sorry, I have a point I'm trying to make here.
Okay.
While I was watching this, I kept thinking, like, what big stories are on the horizon right now for Britt Baker? Mm-hmm. Now, I know everyone's going to be like, Denise, Serena Deeb came out. We've been there, done that. I don't think we need to been there, done that again. Or go there, do it again.
I don't think we need to been there, done that again. Is hella funny.
No, we don't. Okay, we got it. We're good. Why don't we go already to Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter? That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah, that is a great way to kind of connect this. I kind of had forgot about that whole thing. I said something about Toni Storm in that bit. I think there's still that showdown with Jamie Hayter and Britt definitely in the horizon. This was definitely my favorite Britt Baker match since he's been back. That shows the talent and tenacity of Penelope Ford, who I think Penelope Ford, who I think never heard of her, who was having a great match, and her spots that she hits, like that Matrix cutter is very tremendous. I think that she's a great bumper and seller. And I thought Britt she felt more comfortable. She felt like the ring rust is kind of coming off. She has to stop doing that. She's about to lock in the lockdown. She points at the camera thing because that just makes her opponent look silly every time. I don't know why she keeps doing it, but I thought this was a great match.
A showy thing. It's the It's the extra thing, right? Like
you're a baby face.
In music, we do the stomp. Britt Baker does her little.
That's a heel thing.
I know, but I'm just trying. I don't know. I'm trying to give a reason as to why she's doing it.
But it was good. I thought it was good work from both of them.
Yeah, so I'm kind of on board with wanting to see that idea only because I feel like what's slowing down the women's division right now is the fact that there's not necessarily a story between the women that I'm like, ooh, this is the thing that I really want to take a bite out of, right? Because what I do feel the most interested in, it's sort of still on pause, or it still hasn't gone. We're not completely all in yet. And the things that I'm waiting for is for the Mariah May, Mina stuff to really, really implode. That's what I'm really looking forward to.
Well, what about we can connect another dot in this show? Mercedes shows up with Camille and she gives a little promo. She's burying Camille, having her carry her bags, dropping her. She's mad at Camille. She's berating Camille, Denise. The things have really changed in these last couple of weeks. She sends Camille to the thing. She finished out her promo. In the back is Chris Statlander looking like $1 gazillion. She comes in, slams Camille against the wall, which Camille has a jacked up arm or something. She gets into a spat with Mercedes, ends up knocking both of them through the wall. All three of them go through a wall. Very, very good, compelling stuff, Denise. You don't like this?
Yes, but here's the thing, though. I'm not necessarily so invested in the dynamic between Mercedes and Chris. It's just there for me.
That's fair. Okay.
I'm not like going, oh my God, I'm so excited for this. No. But you know what I am loving? And I kind of feel like an a-hole for it, but I love to see Mercedes be mean to Camille. It is the funniest shit ever, okay? And my favorite part in this whole thing was when Chris started going after and attacking Mercedes, and Mercedes started calling out for Camille, and Camille comes out and she's got her arm in a sling and she's looking all sad and like really like sad. And she comes out and she looks this direction, but Camille comes from the back and takes her out. You gotta go back and watch that. It's the funniest thing. So I'm sorry, but I'm a fan of Mercedes just like being mean to Camille.
Mean girl Denise over here.
Funny.
That's crazy.
Reg, it's funny.
Funny for whom? It's not funny for Camille.
It's girl. Hilarious.
You a mean girl. But yeah, I thought
like, when Renee confronted her about, practically running over Chris, she's like, oh, it's not my fault that Camille can't drive. And I was like, oh, she's got some points.
She did make some points. Yeah. She did definitely make some points. But I'm pretty interested in this. I understand what you're saying as like I think they're trying to make a story, but like they haven't had enough interactions with just Mercedes and Stat to really kind of get it.
I don't think Chris has gotten over into, for example, Chris has always been liked. We know that. We all like Chris Statlander. But in terms of this particular feud, I don't know if I can say she's necessarily over in this feud. For example, let's take it back to Willow and Mercedes. When that whole thing was going, remember where Willow was at before that. She already had a lot of buzz. But remember Willow, how much she grew in that one story. She was hella over in that particular feud.
Oh, okay. So now
I feel like to me that helps. Like you need to sell me and say, I'm a motherfucking star. You look at me, you pay attention to me. And that to me is intriguing. I haven't gotten that yet from Chris.
Yeah, you saying this out loud, I just realized what the problem is. It's like Chris Statlander, the best thing about Chris Statlander is ding, ding, ding when that bell rings and she's on display. They haven't had enough matches. And the simple thing they should do is just have her have a great match, show her strength, show her that she could fly, show that she's an amazing person and deserves to be in this spot. And then just let her talk on the mic in the ring for like 2 minutes and this whole thing would be sold. They've been relying on a lot of backstage segments like that, a lot of kind of like extra drama. Last week they did the running over angle. This week they did the through the wall thing. But if you the real sell on Chris Statlander and why she should be in this match is because in the ring there's not a lot of people like her. So just put her in the ring.
Yes, exactly. Like, you got to sell it to me. And so that's part of why I'm not necessarily as like crazy in love with it just yet.
Yeah, because Willow's ascension into Mercedes, she was having all these great matches. She was beating all these people and looking like a threat, and they haven't been giving that to Stat.
And her promos, Reg, her promos were like, holy shit. Like, all of a sudden, we're seeing this girl blossom before our eyes. She's becoming, a star in her own right. And she's up there measuring up against one of the biggest female stars out there in Mercedes. So yeah, it is a tall order to fill, but that's what hasn't necessarily won me over just yet. And like, when I think about, okay, what was one of the biggest stories, not just for the women in AEW, but across the board for AEW this year? It was Tony and Mariah.
Yeah.
Why? Because both Tony and Mariah were getting over in that particular storyline. You cared about the relationship that they had. You cared about the Tony character. You cared about Mariah. Look what's happened with Mariah since then. Like, it kind of feels like there hasn't been as much buzz yet. And the only time you get that again is when she's in there with Mina. And that's kind of what I'm waiting for. Like, I'm waiting to see that version of Mariah again.
And both of those stories were this year. So we're like riding off the highs of two great women's stories. So I understand that you wanting more like that.
All right. Let's see what we got here. We got Matt Logan here, who says Mina and sexy Julia Hart on one show. My gosh, Wednesday nights here. We need like a disclaimer or something. Rated M for mature.
Listen, it's hot out here.
We got Alejandro Reyes, who says hashtag we want more Mina for women's world champion.
Mina is over, big dog.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, and she freaking 11 seconds.
Yeah.
A little shimmy, and that was it. Oh, you know what I wanted to say during this, and I forgot? I was laughing so freaking hard because, all right, I studied broadcast journalism, Reg. I've been in control rooms when you're putting together a newscast or whatever, right? So I 100% understand what people do in this role, where they're switching cameras, where they're putting graphics up and getting shots and things like that, right? I was thinking about the people in the truck and the people that were sending the messages during this particular moment, because if you notice, when Mina started doing the shimmy, the graphic was up for the match, and I could hear Tony in my head saying, get the graphic off, get the graphic off, let's fucking go, get the graphic off, because it was blocking the view.
Yeah, the view was... It needed to be blocked, though.
They took that graphic off so fast.
Yeah, they probably were in Renee's ear, too. Like, do something about this. Do something about this. Do something about this.
It was wild. So I was just like thinking. Great segment. So funny. All right, we got Mike90K, who says, Mina, Mama Wayne, Mina and Penelope. God, the fucking Penelope Ford videos fucking me up. Penelope Ford on one show. Denise, please get an interview with Penelope. God damn it,
he did it twice.
You know what? I'm banning that clip from now on. We're not playing it here on the
show.
Now
it's really affecting you. It's like, no, really we can't. We got to stop with this bit, you guys.
This bit is being canceled on the show, because imagine one day I get an interview with Penelope and I'm like, hey, ladies and gents, welcome to the show. I'm here with Penelope Ford.
I haven't seen her.
She's gonna be like, what the fuck, and walk off.
So good.
Look, I try to get as many interviews as I can, guys, but it's not always easy. All right, you gotta pull some teeth sometimes. John Taylor says hashtag team forehead.
Let's go, baby.
We got Meet Normus here, who just became a brand new member. Thank you so much. We got John Taylor, who says facials get Denise's motor running. They do. They really do. They also give you a massage.
No, not the massage with the facial. That's crazy.
I get the
Is it before or after?
It's kind of during. Yeah. They do your arms, Reg. They do your back. They do everything.
Facial it goes beyond just the face. That's crazy. They get it on your arms and on your back too. That's why.
You're in a little towel. Your collarbones are out. Both of them, both collarbones are out.
They get it on your front, they get it on your back. That's crazy.
Oh man, they put little music too.
Wow, they make it smell good in there too. That's wild.
We got Doppelganger 399 with a very generous super chat, who says, Reg, get a facial live during the show next Wednesday. Reg, I know people, by the way, that can come to that can come to your house and can do the facial for you.
I
Like,
know
we could literally
people.
do this on the air, like a whole ass
No,
segment where
no, it's okay. I'll pass.
Reg gets a facial.
Okay.
Reg, think of the views.
I just got some content ideas, Denise. We'll talk about after show. All right, let's go.
Think of the ratings.
I know. I like numbers. I do.
Doppelganger 399, thank you so much, man. That's very kind of you. We got Grapple Geekery here upstairs. Got the H out of town for my first vacation in ages. I'm glad to enjoy some of it with you folks and Chilaquiles and AEW, BTW Verde, or Roja Chilaquiles. I love both, but I'm more of red Chilaquiles, the Roja ones.
Nah. That's where we're gonna disagree. It's all
you're
greens.
Like green?
Every time.
Too. I ain't gonna complain.
I don't really like the Roja that much, honestly. Like enchilada sauce and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm like, nah. But if it's green, put it on there.
No, I like either one, man. I love chilaquiles. This is my favorite meal. So put some beans, put some eggs. Ooh,
that one's up there for sure.
Getting me going right now. It's getting my motor running. Rafael Garcia says, I'm going to need Swerve to teach Nana how to squabble a little bit. No wonder everybody keeps stealing his weed. Also, Bridgeport deserves nothing. All right, well, let's get into the Hurt Syndicate and what went down with them here today. So we got Lio Rush versus Swerve. Dude, this was fun. Lio Rush, man. Damn, bro. He was doing some stuff. I was like, hold on a minute here. But no, it was very, very fun. But basically we ended up getting like an entire, after the match, after Swerve won, he cut a promo basically saying how everybody's sort of coming after him. And he calls out Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley goes out there and he's distracted. Swerve is distracted by Bobby. Shelton comes from behind, attacks Swerve Strickland, and this allows Bobby to attack Swerve. And then there's this really funny moment where Bobby grabs Prince Nana and throws him out, and Prince Nana has the slowest bump ever. That shit was in slow motion.
It was.
Yeah. He was like carrying an egg or something. Like he didn't want to break that shit. He went so softly.
He was carrying an egg. Is hella funny. There was also a very funny bit in this that Rafael Garcia is kind of referencing. Swerve in his after match promo said Stamford, Connecticut instead of Bridgeport, Connecticut, and Bridgeport, Connecticut did not like it. They started chanting, "This is Bridgeport" at Swerve. Like they started booing Swerve, even though he's supposed to be getting cheered in the segment. So Bobby Lashley,
was that on purpose or on accident?
No, it was definitely on accident. He was like, "We're in Connecticut." Yeah, and so like. Bobby Lashley's like throttling Swerve, put him in like the full Nelson and everything, and the crowd's like, "This is Bridgeport." They're like chanting, like they're happy about him getting beat up because he accidentally said Stanford. Very, very funny bit. All of this was awesome. The match was just as awesome as I thought it was going to be. Lio Rush is one of those guys that you put him in a position like that and he's really going to shine. Swerve and Leo's elusiveness, and they really clash well because Swerve has that kind of slanky snake-like style, and that combined with Lio things just made for some explosive action. There was points where Lio Swerve, they were on the apron, and Lio, they did like a fake thing, and Swerve ended up hitting the house call like on the apron. Lio was, every time he does that between the ropes dive that's so fast, it's like this guy is a legit superhero, like the way that he works his spots. This was Swerve, he's in a position where he could have squashed Lio Rush if he wanted to, and like, you know, beat this guy in 3 minutes because he's like a heavyweight in a top guy in AEW. But it was a competitive match. Both guys looked amazing. Leo's had a great couple of matches these last couple of months at this point. I thought this was a great display. Then the Hurt Syndicate came out, and their song is just, it's so good, man. At one point, Lashley's like rapping along to it. They look strong. Denise mentioned on her social medias how great Bobby Lashley looked in this suit today. Man, this blue, and he's just giant. He's got the glasses on. He looks like the most confident guy in the world. I'm like, Bobby Lashley will legit kill every single one of us. Rafael, look, if Nana was out there knocking out everybody, knocking out MVP, if he didn't do the slow motion bump like Denise said, then you wouldn't have as much sympathy. If you felt like this guy's a fighter, this guy's a squabbler, you would feel different. He has to feel like helpless. He has to feel like this guy. So when he does eventually fire back, everybody's going to go crazy.
That's true. That's so funny. But yeah, shout out to Bobby Lashley's blue suit. I was like, bro,
Man.
he eats one donut and those buttons, they're going to come flying out, man.
It's a custom-made suit, Denise.
Oh, look good. It looked good. Liked it. Meet Normus here says, I've been a member for 5 minutes and we talking about skeets and facials. Damn step host, sup Reg.
Listen, the game is the game. It's late night. You know the time.
I'm telling you, we need a little intro. Rated M for mature.
Honestly.
Luke Thornton here says, let Jamie do in-ring promos, please, TK. Dude, I feel like we need to see more women, period, do in-ring promos. We need to see way more of that. We kind of got a few. When was the last time? Was the last time it wasn't Willow and Mercedes, was it?
No, Mercedes and Britt. Yeah, Mercedes and Britt, I think.
Yeah, Mercedes and Britt. Anybody else?
Well, Mariah has been out there. Wait, has she been out there to talk?
She has, actually. She was out there after All In. She did a promo, remember, where it was like really quiet and got a little awkward.
Oh, yeah. But most everything beyond that has been a post or backstage thing. So, yeah, they need to let the women get in the ring.
I agree. We got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, my Dave Chappelle voice, you can't say skeet on the radio. F it. Let's do it on the show. Skeet, 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 skeet. Gotta love the Kelly Connection Wednesday. I have a really funny skeet story, but I can't share it at the moment.
I have a really funny skeet story. It's crazy.
Reg, you know the story.
Do I know the story?
You know the story.
I know the story.
You know the story.
I know the story.
You know the story.
I know the story.
If you guys knew the story, the Dave Chappelle clip, you would laugh so freaking hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't really say the story at the moment.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Damn, yeah, that is a good one. Wow.
I can't share the story right now, though.
Will it ever be unearthed?
Clearance. I have to get clearance, okay? See if I can share the story.
What if somebody else shared it?
What, you're going to leak my story?
Definitely
You're going to leak my story?
Every time I talk, I get in trouble. I'm not getting my hands on that.
It's a hilarious story, but we can't share it here at the moment. Alexander Fitzgerald says, love the transition from the Ospreay Fletcher promo to the Strong versus Lance Archer match. Then it flowed into Cole versus Takeshita. Let's get into it, man, because there's still a lot to talk about on the show. Let's kick things off with the Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher stuff, because that was personally my favorite thing on the show. Dude, I ain't even going to recap every single word that was said here, but here's the gist of it all. Will Ospreay calls out Kyle Fletcher for saying he doesn't want to be a clone of him, but yet he was also mimicking some of the same actions that Will Ospreay has done in the past. And he said, you know, are you sure you're not a clone? Because it's looking like you're a Will Ospreay clone. And Kyle Fletcher keeps saying that Will Ospreay is a terrible person and didn't want him to rise above and to become as big as Will Ospreay. And my favorite thing that I think about this whole entire thing was the personal element of it all, because he brought up the fact, and we all know that they have a friendship. They've been friends forever, but the fact that he has been into Will Ospreay's home, he's been to his son's school, all of those things. He's like, you know where I live. You know what gym I go to. And that terrifies me. That terrifies my missus, all of that. And I loved the personal aspect of this whole entire thing. And this ended up with Kyle Fletcher bringing out Brian Cage and Lance Archer, his guys, and Will saying, you thought I wasn't going to bring out any guys of my own. And then he comes out with freaking Powerhouse Hobbs and Mark Davis. And that kind of ends in a whole little melee. Yeah.
Yeah, this was tremendous work from both guys. Ospreay, Denise on the mic. We've talked so often how great he is on the mic. Tonight, again, on full display. When Kyle Fletcher gets into his bit, kind of being a hypocrite, being like, last week, or like saying that Ospreay isn't this, but then this week being like, I'm being just like you. What do you mean? Like, why are you so surprised when I'm doing the same that you're doing? When Ospreay fired back and he had that intensity, and he talked about Kyle Fletcher messing up his arm with the Tiger Driver, and his son was holding his hand for 5 minutes and he couldn't feel it. Like, you could just feel the personal animosity coming off of Ospreay, and Fletcher just kind of smiling at him, being like, I don't care, dude. I'm glad. Like, tell me more about how miserable your life has been, and I'm the cause of it. This is amazing. Just being like and he looked menacing, right, Denise? Like, they had a little height discrepancy, and Kyle just was like kind of towering over him, being like, fool, I'm gonna murder you at Full Gear. Just like a super intense confrontation. I thought both guys played their part well, but Ospreay is like, I have to be world champion like soon, you guys. Like, I can't, like, I understand these games we're playing. I understand you guys want to put everybody over, but when the number one guy in this company right now is me, and I'm going to show in every aspect, whether it's in the ring, on the mic, backstage, anything that I'm featured in, I'm the best guy here. Ospreay continues to show that. Fletcher, though, is shining. And like we talked about last week, Denise, I think this promo showed even more that Fletcher should probably go over on the match, though.
I do want to put over his facial expression. Speaking of facials, dude, I was buying it. I can legit buy that Kyle Fletcher hates Will Ospreay.
Yeah. Like when Will Ospreay's talking, he's getting like more fear, just like he's like, he's spitting bullshit to you guys and you can't see it.
I love it. I mean, like, we've seen pictures of these two sharing a freaking smoothie together, being all cutesy. And it's like, you would think like, oh, can I buy them feuding against each other? This is completely, I don't know how to explain it, man, but he did a really good job, though, of just really, really making you believe I hate Will Ospreay. I believe the words that I'm saying right now. And so therefore, we're believing the words that he is saying right now.
Exactly. It's all about confidence, Denise. And if you're standing in there with arguably the best wrestler in the world, the number one guy here, you have to have confidence that competes on the same level as Will Ospreay. And I think Kyle Fletcher is so confident right now, so ready for this moment that it's really showing through. They announced the match for Full Gear. I'm expecting these guys to fucking absolutely destroy it. If they're given time, they're anything like their previous match, I'm sure, like Ospreay was saying in this promo, he's Mr. Pay-Per-View now. He's a different Ospreay when them bright lights are on him. Like, expect to have the match of the night right here, and like, it's over. At the end of it, like you said, they brought out the Don Callis family, the big homies out there. Mark Davis not looking like a homeless person. This was all very entertaining work. They did a little tease with Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher too, which I'm still believing the same thing. They haven't touched yet. Fletcher was looking kind of weird, or Mark Davis was looking kind of weird at Ospreay when he was beating up Fletcher. I'm like, oh, Davis is definitely joining the Callis family.
Oh, man. Well, before we move on to our next topic, I do have to ask, because this sort of segued into this. Lance Archer, Roderick Strong, false count anywhere match. We missed like the first 30 seconds though, which I didn't hate this because they went and fought in the back. And I didn't hate this because it was realistic that they didn't have lights ready for them to go and fight behind the stage. So we couldn't see like the first couple of seconds, and then they went to commercial, and then we came back and continued the action. But this was pretty fun. And you know me, number one Roderick Strong fan over here. But we are going to see, by the way, Roderick Strong versus MJF, and we'll talk about Adam Cole and Konosuke Takeshita in a second.
Yeah, I thought this was super fun, Denise. The match never got to the ring. This is if you want to have an unpredictable match, a false count anywhere thing, just like Denise said, they shouldn't have lights set up. It shouldn't look like, oh, come to this table. This whole thing's like a setup. Like, we'll get to this spot and then we'll go to this spot. It's like, no, we didn't know this was going to happen. It's going to be dark over here. We're going to have to switch to something else. Archer has been playing a very cool role. People are still super into Archer. So him kind of being this big villain for Roderick Strong to defeat, I was gonna say to Denise.
I know, I was like, to Denise, what?
I'm trying to defeat.
Okay. Hey, there was a fan who drove 30 minutes to go see Lance Archer. You saw that sign?
No, I didn't, but super shout out to that fan. I thought the ending was super cool too. They're into like some hockey box. Kingdom's out there. Brian Cage is out there. There, one side is Lance Archer. Roderick Strong hops over with the knee, catches Archer. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, never gets in the ring. They count the whole thing outside. There's one point Archer choke slammed one of the Kingdom guys onto some security. This was really fun match, and it really enhanced kind of the flow of what this show was going through, right? Denise, like, there's stuff going on over here. They're finishing the match over here. There's stuff going on in the ring. This was really fun.
And I think like that flow that we've been talking about with this particular show, it almost had you like, you didn't even have time to process it, because one of the matches that I was very nervous about was Adam Cole versus Konosuke Takeshita. I was so nervous about this match. I was like, all right, I'm going to be super pissed if Adam Cole defeats him. Again, I don't care if this is non-title. I don't care about none of that, okay? I really, really don't. Konosuke Takeshita for the win. And when this match started, it took me a second to even be like, oh, wait, this is the match I was waiting for because things were happening so fast. But we did get the Adam Cole Konosuke Takeshita match, and I didn't like, even though he won with cheating and he used the freaking diamond ring, MJF's diamond ring, to sucker punch Adam Cole and get his win. I didn't care. I didn't care. When I saw the freaking 3 count, I thought, thank God I could breathe now. I didn't care about whether the match was good or bad, or I didn't care how it happened. I just needed to know that the end result was not going to be Takeshita freaking laying down on the mat with Adam Cole on top of him.
Yeah, I was very nervous. I kept replaying our conversation from last week, Denise, and I'm like, I hope I'm not right, dude. Like, it felt like this was naturally what they were getting into. I was like, but I can't be like, again, I watched a bunch of amazing Takeshita stuff since we talked about it last week, and like the run that he's been on, he can't. So when this match started and it was going on, I was he can't, like, still, he can't. There's no way that they're going to let Adam Cole do this. With the run that he's on, Takeshi's the champion. It just wouldn't make sense. And so when he did the bit with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, I was cheering. Usually when there's some shenanigans in, I'm like, no, don't do this. But the whole time I'm like, yeah, hit him, knock him out, get him, do him. And then like they had a little bit of extra shenanigans after it, Denise, and it felt like, I'm like, if they do a reverse thing, like where the referee sees it or he looks at the TV, the Tron, and he sees the replay, I was going to be so mad. But I think that's what kind of enhanced the aftermath that was going on there. They had a bit there where Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly faced off, kind of recreating some Undisputed Era vibes, and the crowd sucked at the show, so they didn't get it.
There's one other thing that we need to mention that happened after this match. Ricochet attacking Takeshita. I mean, we saw the 3-way. The 3-way was great, right? I'm 100% all in on seeing this Ricochet Konosuke Takeshita match. Do you think he gets the International Championship? I'm not ready for it personally. I don't want to see Ricochet take the title away from him so quickly, because the whole point of this was to see Konosuke Takeshita like really become somebody on the show.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not time at all for Ricochet to beat Takeshita. I feel like if they announce the match for Full Gear, that Takeshita is going to go over. I think they just want to have a great one-on-one match with the two guys to kind of showcase Ricochet some more, but it's definitely Takeshita's time, especially leading into the Continental Classic, which I think he's going to have a big run in. He's definitely not going to take a loss like that going into it. Ricochet continues to play a dangerous game. Doing high spots in dress shoes is insane, dude. Like, he came to the New Japan show and he did like a springboard in dress shoes, and here he like almost slipped doing the kick on Takeshita. I'm like, dude, dangerous game, Ricochet. Respect for looking great, but dude, careful out there.
That is true. It's good points being made. All right. Infamous Raider Local says, why is Mercedes acting crazy? Doesn't she know my girl Camille can break her like a twig? She needs to chill. But the spot through the wall, loved it. I'm all here for Mercedes messing with poor Camille. It's hilarious.
Listen, when you got money, you can do it like that, Denise. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of vibe you can give up when you're a big rich person.
We got Patokia here who says, Denise out here with the McDonald's golden archer shaped forehead. I see it. Look at that hairline.
I'm loving it.
I'm loving it. Oh my God, I'm dying. I'm loving it.
Our supporters are the best. You guys are so funny.
The Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's.
That's new merch right there. Mickey D's. That's so funny.
Mickey D's nuts.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry,
okay.
I had to. And I killed it. Oh, damn.
Yeah, you did. Too far.
I had to, Reg.
Too far.
All right. Yatik Sahu here says, Mercedes went through a wall. They cut through it so quickly. The same as last week's segment. Tony, do better. Keep up the great work. Kelly Connection. Do you think Tony needs to do better?
I mean, what... Yeah. If you want like 5 more seconds, I understand, but like kind of what Denise and I have been talking about. It's a fast moving show. Like everything, I think that's kind of by design of like, we're already on to the next thing. You don't even have a lot of time to process what you just saw.
We got Vasco here who says Mina and Harley be out here. Smiley face. Shimmy for buying. I don't know, bro. At this point, that shit deserves main event status at Full Gear.
Mina is over out here. Half of our super chats are just about Mina being hot.
I know. For real. Infamous Raider Loco says sports entertained to Mina and Harley promo. Sign me up. You see what I'm saying? She's a draw. She's a draw brings in money. Mina is bringing in money.
Denise is gonna have like she's gonna go back to her phone and it's gonna have like thousands of views because she's over, dude, on her 11-second clip, just because people are so into Mina.
I need to get Mina on this show. She follows me on Twitter. I should like go and like creep up on her DMs and be like, hey.
True.
And we'll see. It'll probably be my most watched video.
That's a fact. If she shimmies too.
I'm just gonna be like, hey Mina, welcome to the show. Can you shimmy? Interview done. Bye.
That costs money though. You talking crazy.
Yeah, that's true. They ain't gonna get it for free. John Taylor here says Dynamite equal where the breasts shimmy. It's hilarious. You think they'll do a shirt like that where the breasts wrestle?
That's crazy. I mean, if they like money.
Honey Drips is in the house, says, hey, Denise and Reg, what are both of your thoughts on how the women are being presented in AEW? What would you do to improve the division? One women's match per show, pay-per-view is quite embarrassing. Much love. So I do agree with this because so far, I don't think we have anything from Mariah May at Full Gear, do we now?
No, I'm hoping that this collision thing, they're going to get to her and Mina, but they still might have some legs on not doing it so soon, you know?
Right. See, and right now, so far, the match for the women is Mercedes and Chris. So yeah, I 100% agree. I think we're at a place now where we need to have the two matches. We were doing good there for a while, Reg. We really were. We were getting whatever Mercedes was doing, plus an additional program. I think we need to keep that going because it did get strong. We did have some strong women's booking on AEW this year, but they have kind of that fizzled out. I feel like after the Tony Mariah story, it almost feels like they were like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it felt like I'm trying to think, like I felt like there was one pay-per-view where there was like two women's title matches and then another women's program. Like I feel like we were like locked in for a while.
All in was TBS, AEW women's. What else was on All In?
Maybe
is there another women's match at All In?
Maybe there was like, was it
probably like on the pre-show?
Wasn't the Willow and Stat match? Didn't they have like a
yes?
Remember they had like a street fight?
Yes.
Yeah, that time everything was great. Like I felt like all the women had a strong story. Like everything was leading towards having better time, more time, better representation. It feels like Collision, they do a great job. Like some Collisions, they'll have 3 women's matches, but it doesn't feel the same when Dynamite doesn't feel like as much time is presented. It's a 2-hour show. Things flow differently. Like I think there are spaces for them to have more time and be represented better. But I think with what they're doing, I'm very happy with the women that are being presented. So I don't know.
But they just got to keep doing it. Like we need to keep seeing these. We need to keep having the same kind of energy that you had when we were talking about Willow and Mercedes, when we were talking about Tony and Mariah. We shouldn't just be seeing Jamie Hayter in the same backstage segment every week. You know, just
Mariah should have more. Yeah,
exactly. Like Mariah, like she's our champion. And what have we really seen from her on Dynamite, the flagship show?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
Thank you so much to Hunter for sending in the super chat. We got Howie Potter here who says Adam Cole and Breaker are related. They're both orange.
Honestly, they use the same can. They got to use the same can.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I have no idea. I'm gonna go get a tan to a spray tan, and I'm not gonna do my knees either.
I'm not gonna do my knees.
We got Enormous here who says no more Jackson Riker spray tans, please. MJF and Cole. He had them funky spray tans, didn't he?
Cole has. I
haven't seen him in a while, so
MJF has that orange tans too, dude. They have to use the same can too. I don't know what it is. It's weird.
I don't know. Maybe just get like a net. Like there's some at the spa that I go to. they have like professional, like really nice tanning that they do there. They have like all these really nice names, and you can go and be like, I want the honey look. I want, all of these things. Come on, go to the spa.
I don't know how this tanning stuff works. It sounds crazy.
Hamburger Helper here says #we want Mina. Mina got me acting up. Also, my birthday next month. Can't wait to see Mina. Hey, Denise, are you going to Strong Style Evolved next month? I don't know. I haven't made any plans to go to any shows. I'm actually not planning on going to any wrestling shows in person until January, I think. Maybe even February.
Whoa, Denise taking a big break. You're going to go to Royal Rumble?
Yeah, but I don't even know if I'm going to stay for the actual show. I might just come back and watch here because, dude, I got a YouTube channel to run, bro. Like, I don't think people realize, like, your content changes when you're there at the show versus when you're here and able to watch it. I get a lot more done.
It's a different thing.
Right. I get a lot more done, and it just works for me. But I obviously go for the media days because that's important. But after the media days, it's like I can watch at home.
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know, by the way, all that to answer. I don't know if I'm going to Strong Style Evolved. I don't even know what date it is. So I don't know.
December the 15th. I might be at that show, but they also have a New Japan Strong show January in San Jose, so I might opt out. Depends on how I'm feeling that day, but I might be out there.
Oh yeah, I'm free December 15th.
LBC, Long Beach.
I might go. We'll see. All right. We got John Taylor here who says, by the way, thank you so much to Hamburger Helper. We got John Taylor who says, even I can't afford Hootsuite.
And TK, he got money. He got all kind of money.
Hey, guys, we got Chinadu in here. Or my Tuesday NXT co-host who you guys got to see here last week as well. It says, cheers to the growth and explanation of the Speak Now Pro Wrestling brand. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to continue growing the channel here. In case you guys haven't heard, starting December 2nd, I am going to be having Raw post shows here. My last day with Fightful is November 25th. It's time, guys, to start a new chapter in my Raw post show life. So there it is. It's happening. Things are moving along.
Shout out to Denise, our fearless leader, taking that leap back to her own channel for all of her content. I'm so happy for my friend. She's had an amazing run at Fightful. But yeah, it's time for her to really lock into Instinct Culture and move this thing forward. It's all about them numbers. We got to get them numbers up.
I know. And like the way that I see it is like, if, for example, the Raw post show does good, it helps the NXT post show. It helps the AEW. When this show does good, which it does, this helps the NXT post show. It helps the SmackDown post show. All of those things are like cross promotion, and they just help. Like they help the entire channel. So I'm really excited. I'm nervous. Everybody kept messaging me. They were like, I'm so proud of you. And I'm like, stop it. I haven't done anything. Don't be proud of me yet.
What are you nervous about, Denise? You got this. It's just Monday. You got it. It's nothing.
Reg.
Yeah, you do this all the time, Denise. Come on. You got this.
I wish I believed in myself the way you believe in me. All right. Lisa Hart here says Thunder Rosa versus Mercedes Moné is my dream match. You see, like there are things on the horizon we have yet to get so far.
We're definitely going to get that match within maybe the next 6 months, I'd say.
We got Alexander Fitzgerald who says Facial Wednesdays is wild.
We can't. All right.
Come on, Reg. We got to clean out those pores.
I do need to clean out those pores, but not with a facial.
Then with what?
The other name for the facial. We already talked about this.
Grapple Geekery says, I love the Syndicate, but the Full Nelson sucks. You hate it?
Yeah, I was when he had Swerve locked in, I was like, what are the physics behind this? Like Lashley doing it makes it look badass, but like I guess like you're holding them down and like you're making them choke themselves. Is that the thing? Like you're making them choke themselves to sleep? Like I was like, what are the physics behind this? Why does it? I mean, if Bobby Lashley's locked up there and got you, like you're gonna be hurt. But I don't know if it'll make you pass out. Will it make you pass out?
I don't know if it'll make you pass out, but like if someone's putting so much force on you and you're being forced to do this, I mean, it is gonna be uncomfortable.
Choke yourself like. The air, like it's stopping the air, and I can see it. I understand, but yeah, it's kind of a silly move. It's like a 1980s wrestling move.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get myself in a full Nelson right now. I'm gonna ask and see what happens.
I'm gonna go get myself in a full Nelson. Sounds crazy.
I'll report back to everybody.
I'm just
Sheldon
thinking of
Jackson.
those girls that could put the legs behind their head. I'm thinking of you doing that to yourself. I mean, you said I'm going to put myself in a full Nelson. I just like,
I was just going to
how?
ask the husband to put me in a full Nelson.
Yeah.
If I could put my legs behind my head, I wouldn't be
like the
doing
pretzel
this job. I would be on OnlyFans, all right, doing some very unique content for the people and becoming a millionaire, Reg.
But there's a lot of people that can do that, so it's not like a special talent.
Hey, you got to deal with it.
Like there's a category. Okay, let's move on.
Add a little toe wiggle.
No, see, that's too much. The toes wiggling as you got yourself in a full Nelson, that's crazy.
Disgusting. Oh my gosh. Sheldon Jackson says the trifecta: Skeets, facials, and pillow princess, the holy trinity.
See, we got to change, like, just seeing Skeets in the, I'm like, we can't say that, but it's like a thing.
We got Michael so dope. Wow, I could not read. He says Denise Salcedo. Oh my God, Denise Salcedo. If you guys only knew the story. If you guys only knew the story.
Denise Salcedo.
I'm going to have to get clearance for the story now, by the way. I got to get clearance. Like, legit. I got to get clearance for the story. Thank you, Michael. So dope.
Denise Salcedo is crazy.
We got Josue Campos here who says, just to be clear, this is Bridgeport. My whole section had heckles on deck like Bobby beat him Bridgeport style and sent Swerve to Stamford.
Man, those people in Bridgeport were not happy, Denise. They were mad. Like, Swerve is a babyface, and they were like, fuck this fool.
Dude, if next time that AEW goes to Bridgeport and they sell less tickets than they did here today, it's going to be because of this.
Yep, exactly. People are not coming back. But this also shows if you're a heel, just call old school mentality. Just call the place a different name and people will be very mad. It worked.
Yeah, but he's a babyface.
Oh, it worked even more because he's a babyface and he's supposed to know.
Yeah. Like, how did Bobby Lashley, who just came from the Fed? Sorry, it's still funny to me. That shit would have been funny. It would have been really great.
Now that I'm thinking about it, they were going to cheer Bobby regardless because they're in Connecticut. He's a Fed guy. Longtime Fed guy, world champion.
Yeah, but these are AEW fans, though. That's why they're even more offended.
This was a WWE crowd.
But they're at an AEW show, so they're AEW fans. And when you're there, you got to act the part, you know?
This was a WWE crowd at an AEW show. Did you hear the crowd? They were doing "This is awesome" chants. Like, they only cheered for like
AEW
the big
fans also do that.
No, they don't. Go back and watch AEW shows. Like the ones with the real AEW crowds, Fight Forever is the chant to do. Nobody does this. This is awesome as a WWE chant.
All right. Look, the point is that they were at an AEW show, so that makes them.
They were WWE fans at an AEW show. Is way different.
All right. Josue Campos, thank you so much for the generous super chat. That was very funny. We got Mike T90K who says, Alex Reynolds is my pro wrestling hottest man alive 2024. Who is yours? Did you see that tweet? I asked who would be wrestling sexiest man alive. Mm-hmm. The amount of Roman Reigns pictures on my timeline right now. Roman Reigns, and you won't guess the other person whose face has been all over my timeline.
Is it a WWE or
WWE? Yes.
Seth?
No, I rarely got any Seth ones.
Drew.
No.
Look at me. I'm just like, I like these bearded guys, I guess. Who?
We know you're
with the same guy. I'm all this guy or this guy that looks like that guy.
You accidentally revealed your answer.
I did. When I was saying, I was like, man, maybe I shouldn't be rattling these off like this.
Keep going, Reg. Keep guessing. Keep guessing.
Who's another long-haired, brunette, bearded guy?
Well, it was actually the guy with the mustache and the mullet, Dominic Mysterio.
What? Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a ton of pictures of him and a bunch of Otis, of course. So
but if it really happened, like Roman would the way that they talk about Roman on TikTok, I'm like, you guys stop objectifying Roman Reigns. Like, it's crazy.
He's not a piece of meat, damn it.
Honestly, some videos I'm watching, I'm like, lady, take it easy. Jeez Louise.
We got Sheldon Jackson here who says Takeshita has to hold on to the international title till at least Wrestle Dynasty. So we get Takeshita versus Ishii for the international and never title. I agree with Sheldon. That's something that I'm intrigued by.
Definitely going to happen. I feel like we're going to see Takeshita and a couple of other people with championships at that show, but Takeshita is definitely the main one.
We got Infamous Raider Loco says, so the DWO leader doing the shimmy next podcast? Hells no, bro. You want to see my grandma come in here and hit me with the chancla for being a sucia? No thanks.
I'm going to be back there too throwing a chancla. Don't do this, Denise.
Be getting my ass whipped, bro.
Right here, brother.
All right. Mike T90K says the master lock better than the full Nelson.
Chris Masters knock it in.
You know, that used to be my crush back in the day.
Chris Masters?
Yeah, I used to be really in love with Chris Masters when I was in 8th grade.
Why?
I don't know. The first guy at so 8th grade, I had the biggest crush on Chris Masters. I don't know what it was. I was just in love with the guy. And there was this kid, his name was Eddie, in 8th grade, who gave me my first kiss. And I got with him because I thought he looked like a little Chris Masters.
But he was Latino because his name was Eddie.
Yeah, but he looked like Chris Masters. I can't explain it, but like a little kid version.
Like a little kid version.
Shout out to Eddie, my 8th grade crush.
Eddie Monster, because your hair.
Yeah, but anyways, he dumped me. So he dumped me for my friend, which is
Eddie. Damn, Eddies are like that though. All the Eddies I knew, they were scumbags.
That's the only Eddie I've ever known.
Eddie. Shout out to Eddie.
John Taylor here says Denise's favorite wrestler is Skeet Blade. Jay White.
All right, you guys.
Y'all are wild.
Clean it up.
Yatiksa, who says really excited for the next chapter, Denise. Thank you so much. I'm excited too. I've put some feelers out there, and so we'll see if they work out. So I'm really excited. Hoping for the best, honestly.
Yeah.
All right. We got to go ahead and wrap up the items that we haven't talked about. So let's get to it. Run them down. Christian Hangman versus Jay and Juice. How'd you feel about this? I know you saw a bunch of Shayna Wayne. We know that, but any particular thoughts that you necessarily enjoyed from this?
Yeah, we've been talking about the flow and we've talked about this show for a long time. I need every AEW Dynamite to start with a wrestling match just like this. Doesn't have to be commercial free, but the flow of the show really kicks off if there's a match, an exciting way to get into it. And a 15-minute promo just will never do it to me. I guess that's just a personal preference. I thought that all these guys played a great role. Hangman Page, kind of like Ospreay, his presence on screen, when you see him, you're like, this guy's a main event star. Like, I like all this stuff that he's doing, but it's going to be hard to keep him out of being world champion or even in the running. And Juice and Jay are so over, though. Like, regardless of how this crowd is, that they connect with any crowd ever. Like, they're very tremendously great, talented team. Very excited about Hangman and Jay White at the Full Gear.
Well, you know what? You're excited about Jay White and Hangman at Full Gear, but I got to tell you guys what I'm excited about. And I need to talk to you guys about what I consider the most important part of an outfit, and that is your hat. If you wear the same hat over and over, eventually you start to get sweat in it. It starts to break down. Well, let me tell you something. You're doing it wrong. You guys need to get a Malin hat. Malin makes the most premium and durable headwear in the entire world. Whether you're tailgating, working out, on the golf course, or heading out for a date night, you need Malin. It's built to last 5 times longer than any other hat. It is natural antimicrobial properties, so sweat doesn't break down the hat. No sweat, no stains, no smell. Once again, if you're looking for the most durable hat, look no further. Go to Melin.com. That is MELIN.com and put it to the test yourself. I felt good. Look, where's Reg? I can't.
I'm like, wait, what? Well, you want me to say something? I don't know anything about this.
I was like, where's Reg? I gotta put him back on the screen.
I was like, what? When he took me off, I was like, wait, where did I go?
No, I didn't even warn you about that. I forgot to tell you before the show we have an ad read today.
Sick. Yeah. Let me get one of them hats.
Hey, I got 2 of them. Just tell me which one you want.
Well, the black one, of course.
All right. I'll save it for you then.
Mhm.
Cool. All right. You're gonna get yourself a Malin hat. Hell yeah, Reg.
Yes, finally something coming through. Appreciate y'all.
All right. We got these 2 super chats and then one more topic to hit on. We got Corey MacArthur here who says, California head connection. 2 forehead, Switchblade Denise, and Mama Wayne Reg shimmy time. DWO crew is here for the next chapter. Hey, Reg, why don't you give us a little shimmy?
No.
Come on, a little shimmy.
That's degrading. I would never. We don't do content like that over here.
Oh, we don't. Okay. Infamous Raider Local says Denise shimmy, Reg's facial podcast, wild as fuck. Skeets.
That's a wild ass podcast right there.
If you get a facial and you actually say, I'm getting a facial, and you do it on camera, I will shimmy.
If I get a facial, I have to say I'm getting a facial and it has to be on camera. Those are a lot of restrictions on there. That's crazy.
See? Well, then until you do that, I ain't going to shimmy.
Okay.
John Taylor here says melon hats equal the official hat of Team Forehead. You got a big forehead. You got to cover up.
You got to cover it up. This is the way to do it.
Sheldon Jackson says, curious to know if your husband watches your stream. And if he does, has there ever been a post show in which afterwards he says, I'm going to need to stop talking about that ish on the air? So I'm loud, obviously. He can hear me down the hallway talking and he'll come out and he'll be like, what were you talking about? Like, blah, blah, blah. I don't tell him, he'll laugh. Most chill dude ever. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about anything. Like, nothing. Like, there's times where, like, he even gives me material, you know?
Yeah, honestly.
Like, he gives me material. Like, Reg, you've talked to him. Like, he
the homie knows that we're doing bits over here, so he'll contribute to bits for sure.
No, but there's nothing that I've ever said that he felt that I shouldn't have said. No, never.
Nope.
Never. So thankfully I haven't gotten there.
Yeah. She hasn't crossed the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, most of it, we're doing bits and like he's in on all of it. So
no, there's times where I'll tell him like, oh yeah, guess what story I shared today? And he'll be like, which one? And I'll tell him and he'll be like, what did people say? And then I'll tell him. But guess his response? He's like, what did people say?
It's just funny.
I told him, I was like, you're kind of famous. And he was like, what? And I'm like, if you came on the podcast, like you would kind of be famous on our show. Totally. And he was like, no, never. Because he's super shy. So he would never.
He wouldn't. 0%. And I get why. Like, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to be on this show. It's crazy.
What? Reg?
Life is crazy.
You're locked in, bro. You're locked in.
I'm in, baby. California connection, not this show. Just shows in general. Sometimes, it happens. But I'm here. I love podcasting. You guys are great. Amazing. Thank you.
Infamous Rigger Local says, damn, Reg just got booted unannounced. Like, bruh.
Threw me out the Royal Rumble so fast.
Man. Well, there was a specific reason for that, by the way. Because I was doing a hat ad, so I can't have any other hats on the screen.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And I saw you, and I was like, oh, he's wearing a hat.
I'm going to wear a hat on this fucking show.
Yeah, I know. That's how I was like, I'm going to have to boot Reg out, because you're,
Like, if you want to wear a hat, I have a beanie on over here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, it was a specific thing. Like, I cannot have other hats on the stream.
Okay. Well, I'm wearing a hat. I wouldn't have worn a hat the whole time.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to force you to take your hat off.
Did you mean just during when you do the read?
Just when I do the read, okay. Yes. Just when I do the read.
I wouldn't have worn a hat at all.
When I do the read, you can't see any other hats besides those particular hats.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So we got Infamous Raider Loco here who says, shout out to your husband. And he's the G and a Jets fan, strong skin. That's what he tells me. He's like, oh, it's going to sound really bad. He's like, you know that I will never cheat on you because look at how loyal I've been to the Jets and they're
honestly,
awful.
Yeah, he's been dedicated for a long time. That showed Denise. She was like, yeah, he's dedicated to this. Like, he's going to be staying. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. We got Crazy 101 who says, Mina posted and I need her to be all elite. Is she not all elite?
I don't think so. I think she still has a contract with her home promotion.
Well, she feels all elite to me. All right, Crazy 101. Thank you so much. All right, last thing we need to touch on, guys. Jon Moxley. Let me see. He's going on and on about the Death Riders. Orange Cassidy comes out and says that he believes that Moxley is going to do everything that he says he's going to do. We end up seeing like Braun, Darby Allin comes out from the freaking I don't even know what you call those.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little barricade area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he jumps off of that. I mean, it just turns into a brawl. They end up in the parking lot. Darby Allin, they tried to escape. Like the Death Riders tried to leave in the car. They tried to bounce. But Darby Allin, once again, comes out. Claudio Castagnoli gets him into the big swing and then launches him into the garage and takes him out. And then the Death Riders take off.
Yeah, I liked all of this. It started out with them attacking JD Drake, just kind of established himself. Darby Allin coming down and walking down Wheeler Yuta, telling him that he's just a pawn in this. And Wheeler Yuta trying to buck up in like, I'm not a pawn. And Claudio told Yuta to shut up, and Yuta shut up. And he just looked like the saddest little kid of all time. Then it got hot as they're trying to leave. Darby Allin comes out of nowhere, jumps off the Raptors with the damn Sting mask on, looking like a fan. Then it got even funnier at the end. They're trying to escape in this car, in this truck. Darby Allin hops in the back, hops out. Claudio hops out of the driver's seat and starts fighting him. Gets him to the the door, hits him with the giant swing into the door. Then he runs off, gets into the truck, and then Yuta hops into the back, and he's like, go, go, go. The way that Yuta hopped in the back and was like that hand, even though they were just about to leave him like 3 seconds ago, amazing, amazing work. I like that unpredictability of Darby Allin of like, he's not in the match against Jon Moxley, but he's still on the Blackpool Combat's ass. Like, it's his opportunity. He's protecting AEW like nobody else, and he'll put his body on the line to do it. This was fun.
Wheeler Yuta feels like the kid they got stuck with in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we like you or we tolerate you, but like you weren't really our fish choice. I'm sorry. That's the way that I'm feeling about Wheeler Yuta in the group.
That's what he feels like. It feels like you lucky that you're here. We're not going to knock you out of the group, but like we don't really want you. Weren't our first choice.
Yeah, like if we could replace you, we would.
Yes, exactly. But we know we can't. And it pokes at Brian, so we're going to keep you around.
Yeah, that's kind of how that feels. All right, we got another super chat here. This is from 1990K, who says, you think Shane McMahon will tell Steph and Hunter what he discussed with TK at the Thanksgiving dinner?
They're not having dinner together.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't want to assume, but I don't know. That's kind of hard to say. I can't assume who's going to be spending time with whom, right? That's wild. I don't know. I have no idea what their dynamic is like at the Thanksgiving dinner table.
I mean, I think if anybody, I don't think Shane and Hunter are going to be together. But
I have no idea. No idea, man.
There has to be I don't know anything at all, but I feel like Hunter and Shane McMahon can't. Like if like that's you're in my you have my life. You know what I mean? Like this is supposed to be my fucking job, and you took over my dad's company. I'm not going to your house to eat some fucking turkey.
I think he saw the writing on the wall a long time ago, Reg.
No, he did not. He was in WWE in like 2021. Remember, he was trying to win the
Royal Rumble? Writing on the wall. We saw the writing on the wall. I think we all knew that if Vince died or something, because this was before all of everything happened, I think we were all expecting for Triple H and Stephanie to take over.
And you think Shane McMahon is cool with that? You think he's?
And I don't know if he's cool with it. Maybe he had time to
great. No, never.
Maybe he just accepted it because he always seemed like the person who would rather like not 100% focus on the company, but go and spend time with his family.
No, absolutely not. He was born into the fucking World Wrestling Federation. His dad brought it from his dad. And you didn't think he was like, okay, my dad brought it from his dad. The only natural progression of this is the next fucking man in the McMahon to have the building and some other fool owns it. No way. There's no way in the fucking world he goes to sleep at night without being like, fuck Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Zero. There's no way. Like when he's with his wife, he's like, that fool's a bitch. Fuck. There's no way he can't. This was his company and somebody he's the king of the throne, fucking supposed to be held up like goddamn Simba. This is all yours. And he gave it to somebody else. Come on. There's no way.
All right. Well, we're going to have to find out the next time anybody interviews Shane McMahon. Please ask him.
He's not going to admit it.
I mean, you could admit it.
Fool. No,
he's not going to say it like that, but he could be like, yes, you know, it'd be my dream to own the company. I had a vision for it.
He doesn't have to say that. It's his fucking family's company.
Okay, fine. Well, he can say whatever he wants. You either want the answers or you don't, Reg. All right?
I know the answer. I can see. I have a life. This was
I don't
his.
know how
somebody else's.
It's gonna go, everybody. Okay, Thanksgiving's gonna be kind of complicated for a lot of people this year.
Hella people.
John Taylor here says, I want to give Reg flowers as I feel iron sharpens iron, and bringing Reg onto the Wednesday show really brought Denise up to another level. I mean it when I say the Kelly connection is the best in the game. John, thank you so much. And who's to say I didn't bring Reg up to another level?
We all know what happened
his
here,
iron.
Denise. Watch out. I came here and you were like, all right, I'm locked in. I'm LeBron James. You like threw some white powder in there and you were like, we're locked in now. California connection. I was like, yeah, I'm doing the thing, because the game is. John Taylor, I appreciate you. This is real. I did. Iron did sharpen iron. Denise is very thankful for me. On Thanksgiving, she's going to be like, I want to first thank Reg for joining my show. Now we can cut the turkey. It's going to be cool.
I love how you said Denise is very thankful for me. You guys heard that. You guys heard that.
Thanksgiving, right?
Wow. The ego on some people.
Ego.
I'm going to come out and do the freaking, I'm going to do the whole bit that you just said about Shane and Triple H. I'm going to do it about you.
No, you're not. You're going to go and make me a little turkey hand gift like we used to make in school. And it's going to be like, I'm so thankful for Reg being on the Cali Connection. It's going to be great.
All right.
I'm waiting for my turkey hand, Denise.
All right, get your little turkey hand. All right, Infamous for your local says, so are they going to show off a new belt or symbolic?
I don't know what they're doing with the world championship. Like Jon Moxley's the champion, but he always keeps the belt in the bag, and we've never seen it. It's an interesting strategy.
Is it though?
Nah.
Don't you want to sell championship belts?
I don't like it, Denise. If we're keeping it real, that's the world champion. You should be proudly. I get what the bid is, but he should be like, I have this. You guys should come fucking take it from me. But I understand what he's doing.
Yeah, I think he should actually show the belt and carry it and present it.
Mm-hmm.
Lady B says, where in the world is Kenny Omega? The show needs him right now, right? Keeping ratings and attendance in mind. FHHH says Lady B.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kenny Omega.
He's around.
Kenny Omega. He's around.
You saw him in New Japan. He's talking about fighting Gabe Kidd. He's talking about fighting at Wrestle Dynasty, you guys. I don't know what that means, but.
So maybe we're getting closer and closer to that.
Exciting.
We'll see, Lady B. We'll see. We'll see on that one. But yeah, I can't wait for Kenny Omega to come back though. And when he does, we're going to be very excited.
Ready.
Sven Biggs says, late to the show working, but you guys, late to the show working, but have you guys heard anything more on Ring of Honor AEW at Hammerstein? Want to go? I haven't been to Ring of Honor at Hammerstein since 2019. I've never been to Hammerstein. So I wanted to kind of go when they announced GCW was going to be there, and they're going to be there again in January. So I'm like, I just want to go, period.
Yeah, I went to when WrestleMania weekend in New York was at 2012, maybe. It's been a long time, but that was one of my favorite shows and experiences just because of the history of Hammerstein. Keep your December dates open. I don't even know how much I could say. I guess they've announced some stuff out before earlier this week, but yeah, they're supposed to be at Hammerstein, so that's dope.
John Taylor says $2 flowers for Denise. Thank you. I will take the $2 flowers. I will take them. Flowers are flowers. Alrighty, everyone. There we go. That was our show for today. Thank you so much for everybody who hung out with us. This week, there is no Friday SmackDown post show because I will be at the Sabrina Carpenter concert, so no post show for that. However, next week is going to be a fully stacked week. We'll have the Raw watch along, NXT post show, AEW post show. It's also going to be Full Gear. We're doing a watch along.
Yes, we are. I'll be here.
Doing a watch along post show. So there's going to be a lot happening there. So make sure you guys come in for that. We actually got 2 more super chats to read, so let me get to them. Mikey 90K says, how dare you not talk about the wrestling god, the Nueve, Lord Chris Jericho? What do you want me to say? He had a promo. He said, hi, guys. They spoke. It's the same thing we get every week. I have nothing new to add.
In 2 weeks, Chris Jericho and Ishii are going to wrestle at Dynamite in Chicago. The promo was kind of fun. I like seeing Chris Jericho with the bloodied chest. They're kind of trying to play off that match that happened in Chicago. So, nothing too crazy to write home about.
Because you like the learning tree.
I love the learning tree.
Corey MacArthur says, I echo John Taylor, California Connection. I look so forward on Wednesdays. Nobody like Denise and Reg. Y'all are the best. Let's fucking go.
Y'all are so cool, man. You guys don't understand how cool that is to hear, though. Thank you so much.
I really think so, too. And to think, Reg, we didn't even talk before.
It's crazy. We weren't even friends. I was like, this stuck up lady out here on her phone.
No, I thought you were stuck up.
What? Me? Who?
Yeah.
Why would you think that?
I thought that you had that vibe. And I was like,
what? You're the one that had the vibe. You're like, I'm Denise. So I've been on Fox Sports and shit. I was like,
When was I on
Denise.
Fox Sports?
You're like, well, I'm on Fox Sports. Don't talk to me.
Wait,
I'm like,
I wasn't even on Fox Sports.
I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Well, what's up with your friend? Why is she bringing up Fox Sports? That's so weird.
I wasn't even on Fox Sports. When did this happen?
I've been on Fox Sports. Get out of my
even
way. I'm like, damn, you've been on Fox Sports before? That's crazy.
Look, just because I have RBF does not mean that I am.
And
Not
that's
the
kind
same
of
thing
your
about you, Reg.
It's kind of your personality too. You're kind of like, you're just in your own zone. It's not that you're like mean or anything. You're just like, and that's how you were. You're like working,
antisocial and introverts with whatever else.
Whatever else you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry.
Fox Sports stuck up. You're just like, I'm so cool. I'm like, damn, she keeps talking about the Fox Sports thing.
I wasn't
Have you
even
guys
on
noticed
Fox
how
Sports.
much she talks about Fox Sports? That's crazy.
All right. Infamous Raider Loco says Denise's mom. Denise, please start the thanks, Denise. Okay, first and foremost, need to thank Reg as he helped bring the swag to our show. Amen.
That's going to be your Thanksgiving grace is what Infamous Raider Loco is saying.
Wait, what?
You're going to thank me on Thanksgiving grace. You know, when you guys, everybody's like, pray for what you got or thankful for this year. You're going to be like, I'm thankful for Reg. You're bringing the swag.
Oh, I hate when we do that for Thanksgiving. Our family,
That's so
they are like, oh, everyone go around the table and say what you're thankful for. I hate it because like everyone gets really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have to come out there and be like, I make a joke every time. Every time. You'll never hear me be like saying what I'm really thankful for. Like you will never hear me say that.
Why, Denise? Your family wants to hear about this.
No, every year I say the same thing. I'm thankful for Taylor Swift and I'm thankful for how brilliant I am. And that's it. All I say. Yeah, I feel like it's embarrassing to be like, I'm so thankful for everybody here. It's embarrassing. I'm not going to do that.
Embarrassed of your family, Denise. That's
no,
crazy.
I don't want everyone to see me get all like mushy and emotional and ugh. I don't like that.
Wow.
Makes me feel, you feel okay telling everybody what you're really thankful for?
Yeah, I'm an emotional person. I'm sensitive. I like to express things. I don't just bottle them in like you. You need to unbottle that, Denise.
I can't.
Unbottle it.
The other day was my mom's birthday. And you know, I spent 5 minutes literally thinking about whether I was going to put I love you in the birthday card because it was so awkward for me.
Is anybody hearing this? It's awkward to tell your mom I love you?
Yes, we don't say that to each other, Reg. We don't do that.
What?
Like, we don't do that. No, like, I think it's the way that we were raised, but we don't share emotion like that.
Like when you hang up with your mom, you don't say, all right, love you, mom.
Never.
Never?
Never.
Ever.
Never.
You talk to your mom on the phone, you know, hey, how'd you do, blah, blah, and you bye. That's it. Not like, I love you, mom.
Never.
To your mom?
I'm not even sure. I think my mom told me she loved me and probably like maybe at my wedding. I don't even know, to be honest. We don't do that. We don't do that.
Is everything okay?
It's fine. I feel like you show love in different ways. You show love with your actions.
Like how?
Like,
I tried to tell this to a woman before and she didn't take it. She was mad.
Well, I think it's different when you're in a relationship. That's totally
Why? What's the difference?
The difference is a big difference.
I'm like, look, lady, I show it in a different way. Let me tell you. She was like,
I show my mom that I love her by like buying her things, and we go out and we hang out, and I call her and I tell her about my life and I listen to her tell me about her life.
But you just can't say I love you. That's crazy.
Well, I did. I wrote it in the card. I said, I love you, Mom.
Oh, you did it.
I did it. I debated it because I felt awkward about it. And then when I gave her the card, I told her to read it when she got home.
Oh
like,
my God. What is wrong?
I can't have you read it
y'all?
in front of me. It makes me awkward. Like, I know for a fact I'm not the only one.
That's your mom, dude.
Yeah, I'm like that with everybody. With everybody. Like, you will never, Reg, mark my words, I could know you for 20 years. And I will never be like, oh, I love you. Like, never. I can't. It can't happen.
I'm different. I tell my friends I love them all the time.
Yes, that's awkward for me.
Why is it awkward?
Because it's awkward.
Latinos with their fucking machismo. That's what it is.
I think
because if you show feelings, you get clowned. I've seen it. I've had Latino friends my whole life. If you show feelings,
you do get clowned. And I don't want to get clowned.
Even when you're 40?
Even when I'm 40, I've built up walls. All right. You know how many times I've been in situations where I wanted to cry and I was like, nope. And I did it on my own personal time.
That's trauma. That's trauma, you guys.
No, it's not. I'm okay with it. I know my mom cares about me. I know all my family cares about me. They show about it in a million ways, but I will never feel like,
That's crazy.
We got Samuel Muscle who says, love y'all.
Yes, thank you. Jeez,
Now you
Louise.
feel like an alien.
Love y'all. You are. You're just like, don't do it. I'm a robot. Don't want to be embarrassed. I'm like, yo, it's your family. It's not.
Have you ever seen me do PDA in public, Reg? I won't do PDA in public either.
Not at all. 0%. Like reverse, honestly. Why?
It's awkward. John Taylor here says Denise Fox Sports Salcedo. I wasn't on Fox Sports
thing. Yeah, it's crazy.
John Taylor says Denise, I showed no emotion, Salcedo.
Fucking robot, you guys. That's crazy.
No, it's just for me. I feel like whenever like people like start like crying or having anything like that, I have to make a joke. I'm like, I have to make you laugh. Like that's my reaction. I have to make you smile. I have to make you laugh. Like I use sense of humor to get me out of like that stuff.
When was the last time you cried?
You know what? Actually, I watched a really sad documentary yesterday and I got teary-eyed.
Watched a sad documentary. She really is a robot, you guys. That's crazy.
John Taylor says, we love you, Denise. See, it's not that hard.
Boom, there it is.
I know for a fact I'm not the only one. I know for the fact. Mike T90K says Fox Sports Salcedo shows no emotion even when her Paul White interview went viral. Big girls don't cry like the great Fergie once said.
No,
I don't show emotion. Just like dead-eyed.
That's crazy.
Yatiksa who says, I feel you, Denise. Same with me and my family. Thank you. It's a culture thing, Reg. It is a culture thing. It's passed down.
Y'all need to stop. Y'all need to all sit down this Thanksgiving. I challenge you, Denise. Tell your family you love them when you see them.
Sven Big says, love you guys. Not that hard.
Tell your family you love them.
All right, we got Infamous Raider Loco says, Denise, I feel you. Raised the same in my household. Was awkward, but I'm glad I did it with friends and family. Need to hear it before my boys pass. Last words, love you, bro. I get it, but it's nice. But yes, that's what I'm telling you. It just happens that way.
What about you and your husband?
Oh, that's different.
You guys say I love you?
Yeah.
Often.
He says it more than I do, but
of course he does, because you're a damn freak.
No, he gets so mad. It's so funny because there's times where he'll be like, oh, I love you. And I'm like, really, right now?
Oh my God, Denise. What is
I'm like, why? Why right now?
What is your problem? Why right now is insane. Why right now? Really? You're doing that right now? That's crazy.
Okay, because you know when you're having a romantic moment and then they say like, oh, I love you. I'm like, oh, okay, great. I love you too. Like this is in the moment. Great. But then when it's random, I'm like, really? Why?
It's not random when you love somebody. It's not random. It's not like it has to be a special loving moment. He could just be eating a bowl of cereal, like, oh yeah, I love my wife. Hey, my wife, I love you. It's not random. That's what normal people do.
All right, this is turning into my therapy.
I'm gonna get your ass.
All right, we got John Taylor here who says, Mr. Denise, I love you, Denise. I know.
Dude, don't be like that.
What?
Go tell your husband you love him and tell your family you love them.
Wait, you just said don't tell. Okay,
I'm
said done.
Go, not don't.
Oh, go. I heard don't. All right, Mike T90K says, what? I saw you bawl your eyes out when you got your YouTube plaque. Yes, because that was my work.
You're a fucking robot.
It took me 5 years to do.
So numbers will get you to cry, but nothing else. Numbers. Oh, yeah, numbers.
That was happy tears, though, not emotional tears. There's difference. Like I will happy cry, but I won't cry sad.
I've happy cried more often in the last 3 years than I've sad cried for sure.
See, happy crying is fine. Like I'm so happy, yeah. I gotta cry.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yes. And plus, I was very proud of that. So Really proud of that.
You should be proud of like your family and your husband.
I'm proud of that too. They know that. We all know that. Man.
Ooh.
All right. I know for a fact I'm not the only one here. I've seen some comments. Everyone's just acting like they don't. All right. Infamous Radio Local says, Denise's husband, love you, babe. Denise, what's for dinner?
Yeah, seriously. You're like, oh, didn't hear that. You act like you didn't hear it.
No, I just go, John Taylor says, Denise, I promise I'm not a sociopath, Salcedo. What? Everyone keeps sending super chats. I'm just reading them.
Denise, tell your husband you love him.
I do tell him when the moment is right.
After sex?
No. That's so weird, Reg.
You said during special romantic times.
You think you can have non-sexual romantic times?
Oh my God. When's a good time to tell somebody you love them, Denise Salcedo?
Maybe when they're having a bad day. Actually, no, because when I'm having a bad day, I want him to hear my problems.
Oh my God.
Oh, I know, when you're having like a happy day out and you're walking and it's really nice out and he's like, I love you. Oh, thank you. I love you too. That's a good moment. That's a great moment.
That's a good moment. When you're out, there's a nice day. You guys, the sun's out. I love you. I love you too.
Oh man, if you knew half my stories. Mike T90K says she cried when she finally kissed Mini Chris Masters. No, that day I was so happy when I got my first kiss. I washed the dishes.
I washed the dishes.
Never washed the dishes as a kid. That day I was so happy.
Your mom was like, what are you doing in here? And you're like, yo, I'm getting these dishes. Don't worry about it, Mom.
I was singing Mariah Carey. I was washing the dishes. I called my friend on the phone. I was like, I got kissed.
I was singing Mariah Carey. I watched
the whole thing. And Infamous Radio Local says, every moment is right. Life ain't promised. Man, why you guys gotta be so deep?
Listen, it's just real life. That's all it is,
I know, but I'm not. We're not be that deep. We're not gonna be that deep. I gotta make jokes. That makes me happy. All right, I think we're done now.
We're done.
Okay, I think we got them all. Now that my whole life is out there, everyone here can judge me.
I don't know how we always do this. Like when it was an hour, I was like, we have like 3 more things to talk about. And then like 45 minutes later, we're still here.
This may be our longest post show ever.
Talking about Denise's therapy session. That's crazy.
All righty, everyone. That's our show. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell your people you love them.
Just tell your mom you love her. That's it. That's all.
I'm gonna call her. I call her right now. I'll call her right now.
And you gotta tell her you love her?
No, that's just awkward. Why would I call her on Wednesday, November 13th at 9 p.m.? Like, hey, Mom, I love you.
I'm gonna call her right now.
What's happening? You dying? Alrighty, Reg, tell the people where they can find you.
Grapsody is on Saturday with Philip Lindsay. We have a great interview coming this Friday with Tekla on the Fightful Network. We talked about her being in some great Stardom tournaments. We talked about some really great work. You guys check that out. Beyond that, it's just a regular week. I'll see you guys next week. I don't know.
Alrighty, bye everyone. Have a good day. Thank you so much.